Hello, everybody. So, E3 has basically ended by now. Wow. Wow, what a presentation, everybody. Just this E3 as a whole, it was much better than last year. Much better than last year's. It was probably even better than probably the past couple of years. I mean, we haven't really had a really fantastic E3 probably ever since like 2009, maybe a little bit 2010, but mostly 2009, 2008. So, what did I think of E3? Well, let's just quickly go over all three press conferences first, okay? So, Microsoft's, I'm sorry, you, I'm sorry, Microsoft, but you will not be getting 1 cent from me, this coming generation. I'm very sorry. Let me just mute my TV. Okay, so Xbox One was very underwhelming. Very underwhelming. I will not be getting an Xbox One. Unless Microsoft does a complete 360 and like changes everything about their console, I won't be getting it. I'm sorry. Sony impressed me a lot. Um, their price tag of $399 for a PS4. I mean, it won't have the restrictions like the Xbox One will have. It's a very good day to be a PlayStation fan. Be a PlayStation fan. And we get to Nintendo. Nintendo actually impressed me this year. They impressed me a little bit last year, but this year I think they really did impress me. They probably had the most organized press conference, and at that, it wasn't even a press conference. It was basically just one of their Nintendo Directs, which I think the other companies should do. I think the other companies should be doing that. You know what I'm saying? So overall, I mean, the games that they showed, Sony and Nintendo, the games that they showed probably were the most impressive. But we're going to get into my top 5 games that they announced at E3 that I am most excited for. So let's begin. Now we begin. Okay, so kicking it in at number 5 is Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain. Now, when Metal Gear Solid 4 was released, it was a big deal because it was the conclusion to Solid Snake's storyline. Almost every single plot hole was tied up. Everything was solved, everything was fixed, and then Revengeance came out, which honestly I think Revengeance is more. It's more of a spin-off, let's say. However, there are things in that game that actually have canon with the Metal Gear Solid series. So, and then we get to Metal Gear Solid 5, which is not a continuation of Metal Gear Solid 4, but it is another big boss storyline, which is actually which I like because I mean you can't do much with Solid Snake now after what happened to Metal Gear Solid 4. You can't do anything after that. Yeah, I mean you can do Raiden and everything, but to be fair, you can't do two Raiden games, back to back. I mean, you gotta have Snake in there somehow. So we have Metal Gear Solid 5. Now, from what they showed at the Microsoft press conference, the game does look very good. I like the open world aspect. The thing with the horse, Snake hiding with the horse and soldiers, that was actually pretty funny. Um, the only thing that a lot of people may kind of go about is Snake's new voice actor. For those who don't know, it is not David Hayter who is voicing Snake, which a lot of fans including myself are kind of discouraged, but at the same time I mean that won't detract from the actual gameplay itself. I mean, yeah, it would be nice to have David Hayter voice and play Snake, but hey, what are you gonna do? So Metal Gear Solid 5, that's number 5. Okay, now number 4 is going to be Batman Arkham Origins. Now, they revealed this game, like Metal Gear Solid 5, they revealed this game a little bit before E3 happened, but at the same time, they revealed a lot of new stuff at E3, including a brand new trailer, which I thought was very impressive. Um, at first, I didn't know what to think about Arkham Origins because, well, first of all, Rocksteady is not working on the game. It's WB Montreal that's going to be working on the game. So I was thinking, it's most likely not going to be as good as Arkham City, but, you know, I shouldn't let that discourage me. I mean, it's a brand new Batman game, you know. Superhero games nowadays, you know, they're starting to be really, really good because of Arkham Asylum. So, Arkham Origins, it looks very impressive. First of all, I like how they kind of tuned up the gameplay. You know, they added new weapons. They added a couple of new stealth, how to do stealth a little bit better. I like how it is focused on the more lesser known villains. You know, like Black Mask. He's gonna be a really big villain in this I almost said movie, the game. Um, and I like how Joker's in the game, but he's at a less he's playing a lesser role, which honestly I really do like because this is a prequel. This is a prequel to the first two Arkham games, which centers around one day, which is Christmas Eve, and you know, you're Batman, you're going throughout Gotham. Another thing that a lot of controversy had with this game was that Batman was not going to be voiced by Kevin Conroy. Instead, he's being played by Roger Craig Smith, aka the voice actor of Sonic. And to be fair, although Mr. Smith he's no Kevin Conroy. Let's just get that out of the way first of all. He's no Kevin Conroy. But he still he still keeps that Batman essence. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he still sounds really dark. He sounds very menacing, you know, kind of like Shadow, kind of like how Shadow, you know, should be portrayed as. So, I mean, overall, Arkham Origins, it really impressed me with its gameplay trailer, and I like how you get to play as Deathstroke if you pre-order the game, which I really, really want to. So, that's number 4, Arkham Origins. Number 3, and this is most likely going to be number 1 for a lot of people, but I think 2 more games top this one. However, this doesn't mean this game is not on my hot anticipated list, and that is Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. And to a lesser extent, Super Smash Bros. For 3DS too. Now let's talk about the 3DS version first. I mean, it looks like a good, you know, portable Smash Brothers on the go. I mean, to be fair, I mean, who never wanted that? Who never wanted to play Smash Brothers on the go? You know, the graphics and visuals, you know, I think they look pretty good. I mean, at first I was like, I'm not really digging the visuals, but I'm sure the gameplay will be good. But after a few more looks at it, I mean, you know, I think the visuals fit the 3DS. I mean, obviously the 3DS is not going to have the same graphical capabilities as the next gen consoles like the Wii U. So that's one thing going for it. Plus, the 3DS version is going to have exclusive stages. So that's it for the 3DS version. Now let's get to the Wii U version, because this is the one that got people mad hyped, let's just say. First off, they showed a new character, which is the Villager, who is fucking creepy. People already, they're already drawing the Villager as this really creepy thing. I'm sure he'll be fun. You know, I mean, I like how they're representing Animal Crossing, but still fucking creepy. Never shut off the lights when you're playing Smash Bros. 4. Let's just say that. And, of course, probably the one character everybody wasn't anticipating, everybody wanted in the Smash Bros. Game the whole time. Say it with me now. The Wii Fit Trainer. Finally, you get to play as the Wii Fit Trainer. Who never wanted that? I mean, she looks so lolzy, and I mean, at first I was like, what the fuck is this? But, you know, it kind of grew on me and everything. Oh, what? There was another character? Well, who else was more anticipated to get into the game than Wii Fit Trainer? What? Mega Man. Mega Man's in this game too? Oh, yeah, 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 that's right. Oh, and to a lesser extent, Mega Man's in the game too. So there you go for that one too. So overall, the game looks really good. It kind of reminded me a little bit of the Brawl trailer when Brawl first got revealed. I think it was 2005 or 2006 when it got revealed. I can't remember. But overall, the gameplay looks good. Visuals look amazing. Both games are going to be good. So that's number 3. Number 2. is Kingdom Hearts 3. Okay, little bit of backstory here, people. I am a huge Kingdom Hearts fan, okay? I've been playing the games probably around 2004-ish, maybe around there. I was introduced to it from when Chain of Memories came out, and I was like, "Ooh, what's this?" You know, I was watching my friend playing it on his Game Boy Advance, and this is back in the day when they didn't, when we were all playing that lightless Game Boy Advance, the really fat ones. So it hooked me on. I ended up renting the very first game back in the PS2 days, and I enjoyed it so much that I decided to get it. And then I decided to rent Kingdom Hearts 2 the following year when that one came out. Really, really liked it. Then decided to get it, I think, the next year, and it, it it's really it really is an amazing series, and we've all been waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3. You've been waiting for it, I've been waiting for it, the whole world's been waiting for it. And Square Enix, let's just say, for the past 3 or so years, they haven't really delivered jack shit. Let's just say that. They haven't delivered diddly squat, for the past 3 years now. Ooh, Final Fantasy 13, Final Fantasy 13 2. Those were the really big games that turned out to be disappointments. However, I think they redeemed themselves this year at E3 with both Final Fantasy 15 and now Kingdom Hearts 3. And I'm not even that big of a fan of Final Fantasy, but Final Fantasy 15 does look really good. And I'm not even a fan of Final Fantasy. But Kingdom Hearts 3, it looks amazing. We only got maybe like 20 seconds of some gameplay, but it's enough to get people hyped. It was enough to get me hyped. So it's number two, Kingdom Hearts 3. And number one is Star Wars Battlefront. Okay, time to go into another history lesson for you guys today. I am a huge fan of Star Wars. If you haven't noticed that already, I'm a huge fan of it. One of the video game series that I was really into back then as a kid was Star Wars Battlefront. I would play it all the time with my friends. I would enjoy the hell out of it. We would play it so often. We would have overnights. We would just love Star Wars Battlefront. But we have yet to get a sequel after Star Wars Battlefront 2. The Star Wars Battlefront 2 was the game that me and my friends played all the time. We always played as a Jedi. We always played as the Republic. We would play as Stormtroopers. We would play as so many good times I had with that game, Star Wars Battlefront 2. It's one of my favorite games of all time. And I barely even touched, if not at all touched, the online. That's how good that game was, people. Even though that game had online, I unfortunately could not have online back in the day on my PS2. So, I had to stick with the single player, and it still held my attention. I still loved Battlefront 2. Battlefront 2, again, one of my favorite games of all time. But we have yet to get a sequel since then. Absolutely nothing ever since. You see what I'm saying? So, I went over to Facebook one day and a page, I believe, recommended me to like this page. Who else wants Battlefront 3? And I liked it, I followed it, I commented on it so many times about what my suggestions would be for Battlefront 3, what I wanted for it. You know, it was a grand old time, and then EA bought the rights to make Star Wars games, and I thought it was all over. I thought, oh no, there we go. The Galactic Empire in real life took over Star Wars games. It's over, people. Hang up the bags. Hang up your coats. It's all over. And then I decided to watch EA's press conference. And what did they do? They announced a new Battlefront game from DICE, the makers of Battlefield. Huh, what's this? New game by DICE? Let's check it out. Well, that's pretty cool. Whoa. No. Don't. Oh, that's a slow speeder. That's an AT-AT. No, don't. Yes. 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 Thank you. Thank you. All my wishes have been answered. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh. Oh, thank you. Thank you. EA, you guys are assholes, but I still love you. So yeah, that was my reaction. Not even kidding. That was my straight up reaction to Star Wars Battlefront being released. Okay. Or at least announced. Okay. We haven't had any gameplay footage based on it yet, but it's coming. That's all we know. Just like Kingdom Hearts 3, we know it's coming. So that's number one, Star Wars Battlefront by DICE. I'll probably make a video basically explaining what I want in the new game, but until then, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Overall, E3 was very, very impressive for me this year. Way better than last year's, way better than 2011's, maybe a little bit better than 2010's, maybe a little better than 2009's, but overall, very impressed with it.